Hello and welcome to my little presentation about Ireland's health and safety legislation. We will start with a little bit about me, then I will tell you a little bit about the legislation and the communication for health and safety in Ireland. Then I will give you a little conclusion about it, show you the references I used for my tiny little gifts and whatever I used, and at the end I will answer 3 questions. Are you ready? Okay, let's go. So, here's a little bit about me. My name is Alice. I'm German. I lived in America for a long time and now I'm in Ireland. And I'm very interested in everything that's going on with warehousing, logistics, transportation, and stuff. And this is also why I'm taking this course because I used to work in a warehouse for 12 years where I did everything picking, packing, scanning, inventory control. I was involved in purchasing and planning and stuff like that. And to get the qualification needed to get back into this job in Ireland, I'm taking this course with Progressive College today. Not today, but for the last couple months. And here we go. The health and safety legislation is issued by the Health and Safety Authority of Ireland. I'm not gonna try and pronounce the Irish version because I don't speak any Irish. The health and safety legislation is there to ensure the, as the name says, health and safety as well as the welfare for workers. A big part is also the data protection and other stuff in there. And for our part of the course, which involves warehousing environments, there are parts for the legislation for dangerous goods, transportation, etc. And the act is quite long, it's like 95 pages. You probably don't want to read all of this, but if you're interested, give it a go. There's a lot of information in there to see. And yes, you should definitely give it a go. And how is this legislation communicated? It can be in person in your warehouse, like your supervisor or the manager, whoever can talk to you in person, like in a meeting with the whole company. It could also be a virtual meeting, Teams, for example, or Zoom or whatever. This can be written communication, such as emails or even some printouts or whatever, newsletters, etc. And then there's also the warning signs. Not only warning signs, but they are the most important, I would say. Just for example, if there's a forklift, there should be a caution sign. Or if you have to deal with dangerous goods and how to handle them, the warning signs are quite important for that. And yeah, this was quite quick. And my conclusion is, why is health and safety communication so important? Of course, it is there to ensure the welfare of everyone who is involved, like workers, supervisors, visitors, third party suppliers who come in and unload stuff or do load stuff, and even the cleaning personnel and everyone who needs to abide by this. And it has to be enforced because if you don't, there could be some serious injuries, fatalities, even. And the Health and Safety Act ensures that this is kept to a minimum or ideally avoided. And also, the Health and Safety Act is updated so that everyone who has to abide by it also is informed and up to date on any changes that occur. Here are the references. Yeah, I just used a couple GIFs and the link to the Health and Safety Act at work, plus the logo I used in the presentation, and my little smiley sign for the hi. And for the end, I chose 3 questions regarding an inspection if the Health and Safety Authority comes up at your place. One question is, what can I expect if the health and safety officer shows up at my premises? There will be a checklist that the inspector goes by, like checking if you're abiding by all the rules, if you have warning signs up, etc. And then when the inspector is gone, they will follow up with this, and if there's anything that occurs, they will follow up with you afterwards. And then, can the HSA make an unannounced inspections to my premises? Yes, they can do that. If there's any indication that they need to check up with something in your premises, maybe somebody told them that there's something wrong with you, could be a worker, could be an outside person, they can do that. But generally, they would inform you about that. And the last question, is the Health and Safety Authority allowed to enforce violations? Yes, indeed, they have the power to give you any penalties if, for instance, you don't have the proper warning signs up or you don't inform your workers about anything, like anything that changes or that needs to be enforced or whatever. And then they can even prosecute you and bring you into court if necessary. So the last word would be follow the rules, go by the HSA, Welfare Worker Safety Act, and then you should have nothing to fear if the inspector comes up. Okay, so this was a quick information from me. I hope this was okay for you, and thank you very much for your time. Bye bye.